Anybody who rejoined the chat, phone overheated. How high it is, but our phone overheated. So I had to bring it back. In my right eye. See if anybody else can find me and rejoin the chat. Who's going to rejoin that chat? We had it going. Pardon the hiccups. Our phone overheated. Pardon the problems, iPhone overheated. I had the iPhone sitting in the sun, it overheated. Shut my live down. I ain't want the iPhone to blow up in my face, you know what I'm saying? Even though I would have loved to get that iPhone lawsuit going on, you know, get some of that iPhone money, because they got the bag. But, I could have been disfigured. Wouldn't have been like Burley no more if I let the phone blow up in my face. So we shut the live down, but we back. They can shut us down for a second, but we busy. That's right, we're talking about it. Why do my foundational black Americans get overlooked when it comes to the art of 52 blocks? I gotta let my peoples come back in the room. We have Mars Mathematics, the family, Mars Burley. We got Brandon Lopes up in here. Let's see if we can get the family back online. Let's see if we can get the family back online. Let's talk about it, people. Share this video, smash the like button when you can, so we can help share this video. It's only 2 minutes. We're going to let it start rocking at the 5-minute mark. Give some people some time to get back in the building. We got to talk about it. And why must there have been an Asian influence on 52 blocks for 52 blocks to be doing what it's doing? Why is that? We got some whys. Even why is it the art that's supposed to have been made in prison? Let's talk about it. I need some feedback from the chat. J.E., salute, homie. Would it be? Would it be? Would it be? Share this video. Smash that like button. It's been a while. Tank with the nasty knockout punch the roller. Yeah, we knew that was coming. And we only knew it was coming because when you got straight offense and no defense, it's only a matter of time before they're going to clip your wings. It's just what it is. If all you got is offense, you're going to get your wings clipped. You're getting the wings clipped. Everybody talk about the best defense is the offense. No, the best defense is the defense. Best offense is the offense. You're trying to mix them too much. They do go together. They flow together. You can't be mixing them up like that. We're breaking down them sayings that have just been said and ain't really had no backup to it. Your best defense is a defense. Your best offense is to have a credible offense. When you put them together like butt cheeks and you be the ish. You bring it together like butt cheeks and you be the ish with no toilet paper. That's right. Be the ish with no toilet paper. But they come together like butt cheeks. That's right. That's right. We out here talking. And this time, the phone ain't going to overheat. So I'm gonna have this moment to get this off my chest. Because I'm sick of these conversations with people sending me pictures of hieroglyphics talking about this is 52. Acting like they read they hieroglyphic readers. Now I can't even get the word out of my mouth now. Now they readers are hieroglyphics. They're readers. They're hieroglyphic whisperers. They hieroglyphic. What's going on? I just had the word. See what happened? I just had the word. And now it's foreign to me all of a sudden. Smash that like button. Dudes out here can barely read books. They out there reading the walls of Egypt. Jacoby, salute. Salute. We talking about it. I appreciate you. We want to know why foundational black Americans get looked over when it comes to the history of 52 blocks. Like we ain't did nothing. Roby was loading up shots, no head movement. Tank was setting up. Yeah, no head movement, no defense. No defense. No defense, people. I don't know why defense keeps getting overlooked. Eric, hey, good to see you. Good to see you, brother. Good to see you, family. We in the building. My blockheads, my block warriors. That's right. We back up in here. So the history of 52 blocks begins with when black fighters were allowed to compete in the sport of boxing. You know, I know it doesn't sound like a dramatical history. People want 52 blocks to have come from the bottom of a volcano through the lava. You know, flowed through the Nile, flew through Egypt and the Nile. You know what I'm saying? That sounds like a more complete story, but there's a realer story. It came about when black fighters were allowed to compete in boxing. That's when you started seeing the excellence of defense, the power of defense. Because it's easy to get wrapped up in offense. It's easy to get wrapped up in offense because that's your ego. Because in your head, you always see yourself winning. And that's cool. Ain't nothing wrong with that. You know, we all want to be the winner. But the reality of is in a fight, sometimes you're the loser. Sometimes you're taking punishment. And how are you going to get through that punishment? I'll tell you, with defense. That's what gets you through tough times. Tell us about how not to have a 9-to-5 style. My man wants the information on the 9-to-5, how not to have a 9-to-5. Now this is a great question. That is a great question. We're going to break that down too. How does Light Burley do it? I'm going to break it down. I'm giving the secret. Got out, how fast Roby Pops got out of there to help his son. Do you think Roby will receive a rematch? I don't think he doesn't even deserve a rematch with Tank. He got knocked out. Like, part of getting knocked out means you really don't deserve the rematch. Especially if you don't get up from it. You know, not like Tyson Fury, who took that big bomb from Deontay. He got up like the Crypt Keeper. That's different. But if you don't get up, there's no reason for a rematch. No reason. Now, Roby is trying to push a rematch issue because he's trying to take it to the court of public opinion. And that's a smart move. But Tank is behind him. Tank needs to be looking at Devin Haney by not avoiding pain. That's right. Pain is the game. Pain is the truest teacher we know. If you stick your hand in the fire and your hand gets burned, are you going to stick your hand back in that fire? Nope. Because pain is the best teacher we know. It teaches you right on the spot if you're paying attention. Some of us don't pay attention. We got to keep getting hit with the same pain, and then that pain may just knock you out the game. Bars. That's not what you want, though. You want to learn from the pain so you ain't got to repeat it. Yeah, Errol and Crawford definitely. Hopefully in October. Hopefully. But here's the reason why foundational black Americans get looked over when it comes to the art of 52 blocks. Because of our culture of going against each other and not standing united is why we are looked over. Because if we were unified, we wouldn't allow that nonsense to happen, that it came from Egypt. And ain't nobody in Egypt standing up for 52. I have yet to see an Egyptian man come up here and break down some 52. Why is that? Did they not know they were doing 52? Was they just doing this art and they didn't know of it, and all of a sudden they look and say, hey, that's the art we was doing. That's our ish. No. But see, our unification and not wanting to unite and come together is the reason why foundational black Americans are looked past when it comes to the art of 52 blocks, and they are the creators. That's right, you heard it right here on this live. The art of 52 blocks comes from foundational black Americans, not Egyptians, not Africans, not Mexicans, none of those cans. The only can is black American. That's the only can that started with this 52 block there. And no, there was no Chinese intervention in the 52 blocks. Because this is how you know we are a culture led by movies. You know, in all of the movies, all of the fight scenes, it's usually some type of kung fu fight scene going on. Because it looks real good on paper. But we have yet to see any of those dudes step up in the mixed martial arts and do anything of any high credibility with kung fu. I'm not saying kickboxing and boxing and wrestling ain't proved themselves. Those three have proved themselves. We've seen it in mixed martial arts. Those three groups of fighters have proved themselves. Punching, kicking, wrestling. Proven. We see it. They're out there doing it all the time. But how come we ain't seen the Mantis fighter in the MMA yet? Can anybody tell me why we ain't seen the Mantis yet? The crane, the snake, hitting pressure points, turning people off, or even some Wing Chun. Or even some Wing Chun. How come we ain't see that? Training is different from very, I'm not going to say very different, but it is very different. Because the difference is because it's the build up to the fight, but it can never be the fight. See, training is the build up to the fight, but it can never be the fight. Because there's another part happening in the fight that you can't really train in training, and that's the emotional hit that you take from fighting. The emotional hit. See, that's why we spar. See, in sparring, you can work on the emotional hit because you're going to get punched, you're going to be getting beat up, you're going to have to go home some nights hacking up your gym bag as the loser, throwing your shoes in there, you know, throwing your mouthpiece in there, mad because you ain't get off the way you wanted to get off. But then you got to come back to the gym the next day and do it all over again. And that is what helps you to start curing the emotional thing in you. That's not that serious. That you got to love what you're doing. You got to at least like it, especially if you want to fight about it. So yeah, training and fighting, two different, because training is the build-up to the fight. You know, you can't, you know, we can only come close to simulating the fight because, like I said, the emotional hit is what can't really be simulated. You can't really simulate that to a degree. You can help you work on it and deal with the incoming trauma and force and him trying to hurt you, his mother in the stands talking about kill him, you know, rip his face off, and you hearing it and you still got to fight. See, you can't simulate that. You can't give you a program to handle that. You're gonna have to get used to it. You're gonna get in there and you're gonna have to do what you gotta do. But why we ain't see the praying man up in there? How come we ain't see the crab? Wing Chun even. At least Wing Chun the way they show it. You know, with the, you know, and the chain punching and all that. Now you could turn good. Now if a man is on the ground, you can definitely chain punch his face. Like, you got him pinned down. But even then, you rather just go for, you know, you just dropping them hands on him over a chain punch. But I get it. I'm not saying that it's outside the realms of possibilities. Chain punching could, you know, if you grounding and pounding the man, could definitely bring a man to, you know, to a loss or a quit, at least, you know, giving up. But we haven't seen none of those parts in there. But have we seen 52 in real fight? Yes, sir. Defense works. Defense works. Blocking, slipping, ducking, all of that. And then we got to wonder, like, even when we look at these Egyptian fighters, how come they're not moving like 52 block men that we see putting up videos or posting their thing? And like from every fight I remember of the 52 block man, they definitely wasn't fighting like no Egyptians. There was no Egyptian style involved. You know what I'm saying? It was knuckles. Sometimes some kicks, some knees. You know, the offense is what you want it to be. But the defense, see, now that's the real thing. But when you look at that boxing, there was a time when boxing was almost on its way to being outlawed because it was too brutal. It was just two men standing in front of each other, just banging on each other, rocking, socking robots. Nobody wanted, some people wanted to see it, but on the whole, people didn't want to see that. They didn't want to see that. It was outlawed. Police was coming for you. They had to hide those fights. And then you add black people to the mix, and now all of a sudden you got the sweet science. Because what the black men come in with? Defense. Defense. Foundational black Americans. So their input on 52 cannot be overlooked because they are the creators. They are the ones that made it happen. Not the Egyptians, not the Africans, none of those foreign places. But there's also a hatred for America that goes into that. People want to look past America and not get it. Does America have some atrocities? Has America did some real dark stuff? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Smash that like button. America that did some dark stuff. But then you name me a place on this planet where dark stuff ain't happening. You tell me where they ain't corruption. Jeremiah, oh yeah, he's still on the hate campaign. His feelings is hurt because Young Burley beat him up. Young Burley put them paws on him, hit him in the bread basket. He almost pooped on himself. I was there, I seen it. He took that bread basket shot. He was ready to poop on himself. It was serious, bro. He hit him with a nice one. It hurt me. It was right in the liver. He put it right to the liver. Boom. It was surgical with that punch. Bent them over like a suitcase. Closed them up like a suitcase. He had to fight through it because he knew the cameras was on him. But he wanted to poo-poo. Yeah. If there was a bathroom close by, he ran in that joint and dropped it. And then dropped the poo-poo. Yeah. He went straight to his bread basket with that one. Stole a croissant out of there. So I know why he mad. I know him a man. And even his teacher, our Mr. 52, put up a video with the Africans and the Egypts and the Bantu arts. What? Where are we getting this from? Now, I'm not saying they ain't did something, but we are always looking past America. And I get it. You ain't got to be patriotic. You don't have to have patriotism. But Rakim, one of the greatest MCs ever, set a line that will always be around. It ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. Bingo. It ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. That's it. So, yes, America definitely has a dark side. But when you look at all of the rackets being ran on this planet, why do you think all of them immigrants are coming to America? Huh? Why do you think they crossing rivers and little boats and risking their lives to get over here? Because we got the best racket on the planet. We got the best racket on the planet. We got the, there is possibilities to go from zero to hero. I've seen crackheads go from smoking crack to making stacks, bars. Stop. They different. Slap your favorite DJ, K Slay. He used to smoke crack. Slap your favorite DJ, K Slay, used to smoke crack. Look how he turned his life around. Could you do that in Russia? Do that in Russia. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying they ain't got come up stories over there, but not like American come up stories. So, if you really had that type of hatred, maybe you should leave out. Lion Spirit, salute from Canada. Canada in the building. That's right, I was out there in Calgary. I did a seminar out there in Calgary. Love Canada. Can't wait to go back. Canada has the best weed on the planet. Let me just say that. And that ghetto rap. Yeah, it ain't where you from, it's where you at. And that's a fact. You can't get past that. Even the brothers sitting in jail. They can talk of brothers sitting in jail, you know what they doing? They reminiscing about where they used to be. But guess where they at? In Giselle. It's legal here. Yeah, when I was there, it wasn't legal then. I can't wait to get back now that it's legal. I brought some weed in Canada, some sour diesel. It was purple, people. Purple sour diesel. It was delicious. Tasted like cotton candy. It was like smoking cotton candy that with a punch. It's like imagine if you could smoke cotton candy and it can take you there. That's what that sour diesel tasted like. Nobody got weed better than Canada. I'm just telling you, when it comes to indoor weed, they have the best. They scientists, they surgical with it. You ain't beating Canada when it comes to indoor. It just ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Ain't gonna happen. Cali can't touch Canada when it comes to indoor. What Cali has over Canada is outdoor. They got fields like corn, just weed out there in Cali. Cali's really the king of outdoor. Outdoor is okay, but it ain't like that indoor. See, indoor is different thing. And when you want to get some indoor, you gotta know about Canada. See, a lot of people, they was too young to really know when Canada was supplying us with that chronic. But Canada used to be the biggest supplier before 9/11. It wasn't Cali. Cali did not have no grips on the marijuana. They're like small when it came to weed. They had a small grip. You know who had that big grip? Canada. Especially when it came to the tropics, that next level, that northern lights, that blueberry. Yeah, that was Canada. And I can't wait to get back there. I wish Canada would get their foot game back in the game. I wish Canada could get back in the game. Shut down all of this bad outdoor coming from Cali. Cali over here messed up the game. Cali done destroyed the game. They brought in that cheap stuff. And they keep all of the good stuff over there with us. You think the Bloods and the Crips smoking that outdoor? Nope. They smoking that indoor. They got scientists over there that know how to get that good indoor. That's what they doing. But see, in Canada, ain't no outdoor out there like that. Not that I know when I was coming up. All they was rocking was indoor. It was killing it. So we need Canada to step back up in the game. But one thing we gonna get straight on this track is that foundational Black Americans created 52 blocks. And no other place. No other place. China did not have no hand to do with 52 blocks. They ain't bring nothing in. David Pollock, salute, my family in the building. They ain't bring that in. And like I said, I don't even know why we keep giving these Chinese warriors all of this credit. Got my black brothers walking around in Chinese slippers trying to use chopsticks. Now, and there's nothing wrong with admiring another man's culture. There's nothing wrong with that. Experiencing another man's culture, you grow from that. That's dope. But to try to become it, that's a whole other thing. And that's what happened with a lot of my black brothers. So they run around talking like 52 blocks is boxing and karate mixed together. It is not. It is not. It's not boxing and kung fu. It's not boxing and karate. It's a defensive art. The art of the slip, dip, duck, block, catch, counter, intercept, range, creating false gaps, clever footwork. That's what black fighters brought into boxing. That's what turned into the art of it. Because the whole thing with the Ali, I'm still pretty. That's the bottom line of 52 blocks. I'm still pretty. Meaning, we ain't taking in all of that damage to get the job done. You don't have to. Eric Zinni said, American culture means you get to be who you want to be. To be. That's for everyone. That's right. We keep knocking what we have. And like I said, of course, America has done some things. We know their history. We know the history. But you're in life, people, some of the craziest stuff you hear is, that's not fair. That's not fair. And some of these things are created here in America to where, the opportunities are so vast, you start living like, you start becoming a little snooty with it, you start thinking you're above others with it. And that's where that it's not fair comes from. Because when you go to these third world countries, you don't hear them talking about what's not fair. You don't hear them talking about it. They live in it. They live in it. And they understand that The one thing that is fair is that they're still alive. See, that's fair. That's the only fair life is going to give you. And even that fair ain't going to last forever. The only fair life is going to give you that you woke up another day, you got another chance to go out there and make something happen. That's about where the fairness ends. All of this ain't fair. That ain't fair. This craziness. It's like well, you know what? I was just listening to one documentary that was just breaking down that we are just grown babies. That a lot of your, thinking comes from when you were a baby. You're still a baby. We put limit times like, yeah, this guy's an adult now. But in the spectrum of the universe, we are babies. Little infants, newborns, running around doing newborn and infantile stuff. And then you grow up and you still have that same baby stuff. That's where it comes from when you were small. This ain't fair. That ain't fair. No, because there ain't no fairness. Never was supposed to be a fairness. Except for the fairness that you're alive. And you're still here. So we have to start learning how to kill all of this. It's not fair. That goes into your way you think, and you start running out there looking for some fairness when there is none. Got to throw that away. Even in the gym, Black Indians, Somalians, slap wrestling in the marshes. You know what I mean? Vince Pop. See, we find that out in fight. If you get in the ring with some people that are naturally faster, naturally stronger than you, they think better than you. They think better on the fly. Is that fair? That they got these attributes that you don't have? No, it's not about fairness. It's about you. What you gonna do with what you have? How you gonna work? How you gonna bring it into the system? And when you start looking at it like that, you can actually take the weapons you have and make them dangerous. Even if you got a dagger, if you got a long sword, you got a dagger. If you confident in your dagger, you put time in your dagger, you can win with a dagger against a long sword. You can definitely take a victory. But if you start being mad, looking at the man with the long sword, like, man, it ain't fair. You got this long sword. You already lost. You want to get cash out there. Don't go in the battle. Don't go in the battle. Your head will be rolling down the street. Because there is no fairness. But one thing we will keep right, that's not a fairness, is the orders of 52 blocks, where it ain't no hieroglyphics. The Chinese man didn't invent it. It was all foundational Black Americans. Jack Johnson on the chitlin circuit. Lion Spirit said, aside from fighting arts and music, what other creative outlets do you do? And I know that you usually have a list. Lots of hiss. I don't know where that hiss is coming from. Where the hiss coming from? It must be my phone. My phone must be on some craziness now. That's probably where the hiss is coming from. No, I don't think there's no noise in here. Is it a crazy hiss? Can you hear me? Or is it the hiss louder than my voice? Okay, we're going to have to figure that out. Because when I was listening to the live the other day, there was a hiss in that. I do believe it's coming from my phone. This is an iPhone 6. I ain't upgraded yet. So it could be the phone that's making that hissing sound. But whatever creative things that I do. Well, writing, besides just rap music. Is that loud? Lord, it's that loud. My man Dave Professor said, I'm having lip read. That's not good. I'm going to have to figure out where that hiss is coming from. So, we're going to bring this live back. Thanks for everybody for stopping in on the chat. But we can't do the live right if the words ain't coming through. So I got to figure out what's going on. Matter of fact, I'm going to have to use my Android phone. So let's reconvene here about 3 or 4 hours, dropping another live. Crisp and clear, no hits, because we got to do this right to think. I need you here about 3 or 4 hours, rinse gang, just in case anybody jump up here talking crazy. But we're going to be back and we're going to fix the sound quality.